This week tests authority, not external power, but internal command. Multiple planets in Capricorn square Chiron in Aries. The issue is not the presence of pain. The issue is whether pain is permitted to interrupt action. This episode is an astrological and magical reading. We are not looking for optimism. We are looking for leverage. Astrology names the pressure. Witchcraft decides how to use it. What follows is not advice. It is orientation. Take what sharpens your practice and leave what does not. The sky this week, why it cuts so deep. From January 11th through the 16th, Venus, the Sun, Mercury, and Mars move through Capricorn in a sustained square to Chiron and Aries. This is not a soft configuration. Capricorn governs structure, authority, discipline, and the cost of survival. Aries governs initiation, will, courage, and the right to act. Chiron in Aries holds an old injury, the wound around self-assertion. This square does not ask you to heal. It asks you to operate while marked. For witches, this is a familiar territory. Chiron in Aries is the core wound. It speaks to the place where will was punished, where initiative was met with resistance, anger was labeled dangerous, and confidence was corrected instead of taught. This is a wound of, I am not allowed to act freely. When Capricorn planets square this point, the injury is triggered by responsibility. You may feel pressure to perform despite exhaustion, resentment towards authority, internal or external, and anger at being forced to be competent before you felt ready. This is not regression. This is exposure. Now for the Capricorn side and why it does not comfort you. Capricorn does not soothe wounds. It tests whether they interfere with function. Venus in Capricorn asks, can you value yourself without permission? Mercury in Capricorn asks, can you speak with authority even when your voice shakes? Mars in Capricorn asks, can you act with discipline instead of reaction? And the Sun in Capricorn asks, can you stand where you are without apology? This is not cruelty, this is initiation. Now, what does this mean for my witches? This week favors witches who work quietly, do not require validation, and understand constraint as a tool. This is not a week for attraction magic, abundance spells rooted in desire, visibility for visibility's sake. This is a week for structural magic. Magic that strengthens resolve, reinforces boundaries, reclaims authority over action. This is about who commands your energy. So what type of spell work fits this energy? Well, I'm glad you asked. First off, spells of authorship. Work that declares, I decide when and how I act. This can be done in oath renewal without witnesses, reclaiming a vow you abandoned under pressure, binding your energy to your own long-term aims. This is not manifestation, this is authorship. Second type would be discipline magic, spells that reinforce consistency, endurance, and sustained effort. Think of it as consecrating tools for long use, setting energetic limits around time and labor, and anchoring daily practices rather than peak experiences. Capricorn magic works by repetition. The third type would be wound conscious magic, but not healing rites. Avoid healing language. Instead, work with accommodation, containment, structure use of scar tissue. Examples, sigils that stabilize rather than repair. We want to be rooted in this earth energy. Also, charms for acting despite fear, and wards that protect your right to proceed unchallenged. This honors Chiron without sentimentalizing it. Okay, so what should you avoid this week? Avoid magic that seeks approval, depends on emotional reassurance, tries to bypass comfort, and avoid shortcuts. This square punishes shortcuts. If a work requires denial of pain, it will not hold. Now, on January 17th, Venus ingresses Aquarius. When Venus leaves Capricorn and enters Aquarius, the pressure breaks. Value shifts from endurance to alignment. This ingress brings emotional distance, objectivity, relief from over-identification with effort. For witches, this is the moment to loosen what becomes rigid, reassess your alliances, reorient desire towards freedom rather than security. Do not rush to sweetness. This transit favors clarity over closeness. Now, how do you integrate this? Well, what survives? What survives this week is not innocence, it is self-command. You will leave knowing where your will has been compromised, where authority has borrowed instead of owned, and where discipline has replaced confidence. This is usable knowledge. This is not a gentle sky. It is an informative one. The work now is not explanation, it is application. Use what sharpened you. Release what hardened you unnecessarily. Authority does not announce itself. It is recognized through consistency. Walk forward accordingly. Astrology does not conclude. It continues through choice, response, and repetition. What you've heard is not instruction, it is context. Carry forward what sharpens your awareness of time and consequence. The sky will keep moving, and so will you.